Welcome back, and today we are going to discuss question set 7. So in the previous videos we have discussed about insert queries, update queries, and also we have discussed about creating database and tables and many other things. So today we are going to discuss about delete queries. So in this question we are going to perform delete query. So let's see what is the question. There is a computer company called Next Computer. All marketing in the company is done using a computer software. The software is used with the database to store data. The product table of that database is given below. So they have given the product table, and let's move on to the question number 1. Create database name Next Computer to save the data in the product table. So we have to create the database called Next Computer. So let's see other question. Create a table named product in your database. Follow this instruction below to create a table. So within this Next Computer database we have to create a table named product. So they have given the instruction to create that database table, and let's see how can we do it. So I'm going to HeidiSQL software, and as we did before, we can create the database on right clicking on this connection. Database name is Next Computer. Let's create it. So we can create the table name product. Table name is product. So they have given the instructions. We just need to follow this instruction. First column name is ID. Its data type is int. ID data type is int, and they have also said the primary key should be this ID column. So let's give it a primary key. Okay, and also especially they have said it should be auto increment. What is this auto increment? So by using this auto increment function, we can assign automatically generated ID into each rows within this table. So I have added the auto increment function also, and next we have to create brand column, and you can create it, and data type is varchar, and 45 next is model. Let's create these columns. And you can leave as no default value, and next model, next one is model, and next one is quantity. Data type is int. Can leave as no default value, and other one is price. So when we are considering to this price column, price always can have decimal values, so we have to use the data type double. So double data type can include both decimal and integer values. So now we have created the database and we can save it. So we have created the product table. Okay, let's move on to the question sets. So they have said insert the data into the product table you created. Use the data in the product table above. So we have to enter this data into the table. So we can do it by this data table, and we can add columns by clicking on this plus icon, and plus one is HP and its model is Pavilion. And quantity is 15 and its price is 175,000. So when we are entering this price, please note that we have to enter the price normally. We don't have to add commas or any other string values. We don't have to use any other string values because it's a double value. So double value cannot have string values or any other values. So it only can have numeric values. So we can add this whole data graphically. So I'm going to add this table data into this table. So let's enter this data into this table. Brand name is Asus and its model is this, and quantity is 18. And price is this. As you can see, the ID column is automatically filled. So this is because of auto increment function. So let's continue. So I have entered all this data into this table. So we can move on to the question number 3. Insert the data into we have already done this, and we can move on to the question number 4. The owner of this store has identified the Lenovo brand as the least sold computer brand in his company. So he has decided to remove the Lenovo brand from his store. Write the relevant query statement to remove the Lenovo brand. So we can execute a delete query to do this task. So first we can mention the delete statement, and we have to mention from where we have to delete this data. So we have to mention the from statement, and we have to mention the database name, and we have to mention the table. So then we can enter the condition, and definitely we have to enter a condition. From where to this query. We have to delete this query from the brand table, Lenovo brand, and we have to mention that brand, and what brand we have to mention the name. So this is the query. Let's see how it works. We can execute this query by clicking on this play button. Oh, sorry, I have mistaken. So we can see whether query has executed or not. You can refresh this table. As you can see, Lenovo row has been deleted. So let's move on to the last question. The last question is, the Asus brand Roxyvirus M15 laptop is no longer manufactured. So it has been decided to remove this laptop from the database. Write the required delete query statement. So we can write the delete query. We can edit this query also. They have given the two conditions. First one is the Asus brand, and the second one is model. so we can include these both conditions. So let's do it. Person is brand, Asus, and another condition is model. So model name is this. So we can execute this query. So we can see its results. We can refresh this table. As you can see, that model has disappeared. So today we have learned about the delete query. So in the next video we can learn about search queries. So that's all for today. Have a nice day.